Hello world, I'm Chris Pirillo, and you're watching another live edition of a Q&A with you and me. I do 5 of these every week. 4 of them are exclusive to my patrons at chrispirillo.com. Yes, PayPal is accepted. And one of those videos that I do every week, out of the 5, is for everybody. This is the video that is now for everybody. So, hello. Nice to see you here, even though I can't see you. So say hello if you're out there. So I know that it's not just me talking into a camera live on YouTube again. I love doing this stuff for you guys. Love doing it with you, and that sounds weird out of context, but I'm just going to go ahead and roll forward with the question. What would it take for you to switch back? It's a common question, and it's not a simple question, unfortunately, and I do not intend on keeping you for an hour here watching this video. It's no longer one device versus another. And I know if you're trying to, make a purchasing decision or, comparing one device against another, that's what you're doing. But, I mean, in terms of a general experience, I'm going to say it again and again and again. This is just the way it's going to be. I mean, you're surrounded. Okay, I'm going to ask you a question. How many devices are you surrounded by? Smartphones, tablets, traditional computers, because they're all computers. Smart home stuff. What do you have? What's around you right now? Oh, more than one thing? I'm guessing it's probably more than one thing that you live with. I mean, if you're watching this video, chances are you have probably 5 to 10 to 100 gadgets around you. Now, do they interoperate? Do they work with one another? Oh, not necessarily? Yeah. Is that frustrating? Do you like that? Maybe you do. Maybe you do like that. I mean, on one hand, maybe it's not a bad idea that the devices don't work with each other, but at the same time, sometimes you wish you had better functionality, not just with one device, but that device in relation to another device. So you have to, find solutions, potentially, if those solutions aren't provided for you. So it's less about this smartphone here, and it's more about this smartphone in relation to that computer, in relation to that TV, in relation to this house, everything together in the same ecosystem, or at least in such put together in such a fashion that they can communicate with one another and really be a better experience for you. And that is really, that's the bottom line. I don't care. I really don't care about, a newer phone having better specifications, if it doesn't fit into the rest of my life. That's what it boils down to. It's not really that complex an idea to think about. Some geeks and nerds really, cling on to this outmoded idea of it's this device against the world. No. It's this ecosystem versus every other ecosystem. It's a real point. It's a valid point. Look at every single large entity on the planet. And what are they either doing or trying to do? Whether it's Samsung, Microsoft, Amazon, Apple, Google, they're all building ecosystems so that it's not just one product. It's one product in an archipelago of several products that creates a cohesive experience. And here's the thing. Apple's not like Google. Google's not like Apple. They have products that kind of cross over in the same spaces, but they're different companies. Even Microsoft's different. They're just different companies. Different goals, different products, a different approach to the marketplace, really, different ethos, all across the board. And this is what makes it very difficult to compare one thing against another. Really difficult. I don't like comparing that way, if only because I understand, and a lot of people who are trying to listen don't necessarily understand, that just because Microsoft and Google and Apple and Amazon, they're playing in the same space, that doesn't mean they're the same company. It doesn't mean that it's easy to compare the companies against each other. It's what I feel like sometimes when I get asked that question. That wasn't the question, though. But I had to set the stage. I had to provide context so that when I lay down my answer upon your head, you'll understand. Or theoretically you will, unless, of course, you're just listening to the voice inside your own head, which a lot of people online like to do. What would it take for me to switch back? I would say create a better experience and create a better ecosystem. That's what it boils down to. Not just about one product. It's about one product against many products, working better with other products that I have, or I might have, or I might want. Make it better. But here's the thing. Better is relative. What's better for you is not better for me. You can sit there, well, this is... But I'm just telling you that this smartphone is better than your smartphone because it's better. Better how? Well, it's faster. Okay, it's faster. That's great. So it can do things faster, but what if it's not really doing anything that I want or need? Is faster really better for me? Well, empirically speaking, faster is better. So therefore, I'm thinking that it's better. Honestly, when I read these comments, I put that voice to the comments that I read. I've even heard people like spew this. It's not even misinformation. I don't even want to call it that. It's opinion masked as fact. So I have no issue. If you want something, if you think something's a better experience, I am not here to tell you that it isn't. I know that I have my own experiences, my own opinions, and label them as such. But it's so difficult for me to put a finer point on what it would take to make that switch back, because I made the switch away from Microsoft in terms of an ecosystem, still sticking with the Xbox 360, obviously still, well, maybe not obvious, using Office up to this day, if only for compatibility reasons, on down the line. So when you face a certain reality that what you're using right now isn't possibly working better than something else might, you owe it to yourself to try. I really do. It may be an expensive mistake, but it could be a less costly mistake. And sometimes people get wrapped up and they project themselves onto the things that they have and lose themselves in it. Right? I have that problem with people who believe this is a religious war. I just don't care. Honestly, I don't care. I don't care. I don't. I like, in terms of like what device you have. I mean, I might ask them like, well, what do you use for X? But I'm not going to sit here and try to tell you made the wrong decision. Unless there are extreme cases where I will warn you about certain issues, but they very rarely have anything to do with the actual hardware itself, and rarely still with the software associated with the hardware. So if you remember my ordeal with Windows Vista, that's really what catalyzed the leap away. There are a few things that had happened, and you've heard this story from me several times over, unless I'm new to you. I've told this story again and again. It took a lot of pain in dealing with Microsoft to push me away. So what would it take for me to switch back? Apple would have to cause me a lot of pain. Now, pain to me is different from pain to you. Now, pain to you might cost $100 more. That might be painful to you. It may not be painful to me. Painful to you might be that it doesn't have feature X that you believe you absolutely need and you can't live without. But that may not be painful to me. So I have not yet incurred enough pain with Apple to even come close to considering an all-out switch. I'm satisfied with how Apple has delivered experiences. Does that mean I'm happy 100% of the time? No. Does that mean I believe does that mean that I agree with everything Apple's doing? Absolutely not. It just means that everyone's got to make concessions. There's always going to be some kind of trade-off. No matter where you go, what you use, who you're using it through, there's always going to be a trade-off. There's no such thing, well, in my estimation, no such thing as a perfect scenario for anybody, because you're just never going to have everything that you want, everything that you need in a product, in a device, in an ecosystem, in anything. You got to decide what those trade-offs are going to be. So it's going to take pain, and I, at this stage, haven't felt enough pain. Now, granted, I'll tell you this: I was not very happy with iOS 7 when it was released. Was that enough pain? It wasn't enough pain. There was enough other things that Apple had that was in my lifestyle that just still made sense for me. But it could come a time. I would never say never. Never say never. Never ever 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 say never. Ever 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 ever. When it comes to I'm going to be with this platform for the rest of my life. Ooh, what happens if that platform just starts sucking, or just isn't keeping up with the times? Now imagine if you, a few years ago, said, I'm going to be with BlackBerry forever. Well, hey, good for you. I don't know if BlackBerry's going to be with you forever. That's the way it's looking. That ain't my fault. Don't get mad at me. Hey, if you like it, great. If it's working for you, awesome. Don't let anybody tell you what you don't want. Only you know what you want. But recognize when you're feeling so much pain that you can't bear it. It no longer is fun. It's no longer feeling good. It's no longer meeting your needs in such a way that you're happy with the decisions you make. You're not feeling forced into the decisions. And that's the sweet irony is that some people believe that people who decide that Apple's products and services work for them, they'll call them names. They're just following the flock, and I don't like that. I never like it when people project themselves onto other people. It's annoying more than anything. It just reeks of a time that I thought was long gone. It's a religious war, really. So when you feel so much pain that you can't get anything done, or it's not working, or the future where you see things going is not where you want to be, that's when it's time. That's when it's time. I'm not close yet. iOS 7 got better with 7.1. Haven't tried 8 yet. I know it's not stable. I know it's not final. I'm just expecting that things will work. That's what I want. That's one of the reasons I'm not a jailbreaker. I'm not someone who messes with that stuff. I just want it to work, and that's what I need. Some people are the opposite. They want to break things. They want to tweak it 7 ways from Sunday. I'm like, oh, I don't got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Not Chris Pirillo. No, not gonna do it. Or at least not to the point where I may compromise the general experience of what I might have, because the more you tweak, sometimes the more problems you get yourself into. Sometimes, not always. It's not always the case, but it just depends on what you want, and what you want may not be what I want. And my pain is not your pain. I know I sound like a broken record to some of you. I know I do. But it feels like I have to explain this just about every week. But it's how I approach things. Everyone approaches things differently. And the funny thing is I approach things in an open way, and people still get mad at me. Wait a minute. You wanted my opinion, and you get mad at me? Why'd you ask for my opinion? Or if you didn't want my opinion, why are you listening? It's really simple. It's called a back button. It's installed in damn near every web browser. Okay, I'm not perturbed. I'm not upset. I think I've explained in it possibly the best or most comprehensive I've ever explained it. Hopefully there's no audio burps in this live stream. What it would take for me to switch back. I won't even say switch back, just switch. Pain is a great motivator, and I do not feel pain right now other than the work that I have to get done now. I got to go ahead and close this video. I'm going to leave you to your own devices and ask you what it would take for you to switch back or to anything else compared to what you're using now.